Absolutely, he can. There's nothing that stops him from traveling outside Canada. However, in totality, his residence must be in Canada. He must be living in Canada with you. Most importantly, sponsor. Being as a sponsor, if you're a permanent resident and not a Canadian citizen, try to stay inside Canada throughout the processing of your application. If you have to leave Canada, let's say you're going to India for a month, perfectly fine. But if you're going to stay in India for, let's say, 3-4 months, that might put a question mark in your spousal PR application, because one of the most important requirement when you're applying under the spousal family class is that the sponsor must have an intention to stay in Canada when their application is in process. And this is for the permanent residents. Canadian citizens can be outside, but they have to prove that they are eventually planning to move to Canada once the application is approved along with their spouse. So, talking about your husband here, as long as he has a valid work permit and a TRV on his passport to come back to Canada, no issues. They can travel whatsoever. The only normal thing that is always said about the program is that if you submit your application for spousal PR from inside Canada, God forbidden, if you leave the country and for XYZ reason you are not able to come back to Canada, IRCC will not transfer your application as if you're applying from outside Canada. That would mean that your application will be abandoned, jeopardized. So you have to resubmit the application in that scenario. But if you have a valid document to come back to Canada and you don't foresee any issues, by all means you can travel. Thank you.